Jesus said to his disciples, "I have come to set the earth on fire, and how I wish it were already blazing. There is a baptism with which I must be baptized, and how great is my anguish until it's accomplished. Do you think that I have come to establish peace on the earth? No, I tell you, but rather division. From now on, a household of 5 will be divided, 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. A father will be divided against his son, and a son against his father, a mother against her daughter, and a daughter against her mother, a mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law." The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. It is a gospel worth explaining because perhaps at first glance, at first reading, it is not well understood. Christ is the King of peace. He wants peace. He was not a warrior who raised the sword and ordered his troops to cut off heads as Muhammad did a few centuries later. He is the King of peace. He is the Lord of peace. What happens? What happens is that the Christ's peace, the peace that he says, and that we repeat in Mass, "My peace I leave you, my peace I give you," is not the peace that comes after annihilating the enemy. It is not the peace with the tanks in the street and the one who moves the shot. It is the peace that comes from within the heart, because the heart is with God. It is the peace that is born from being with Christ, which is the truth. Not a truth, my truth, your truth, but what the majority, but a truth, the full truth. The truth is a person. It is Jesus Christ, the incarnate Word. That is, when Jesus, the King of Peace, proclaims the truth, there are always people who do not want to listen to it. St. John said in the prologue to the 4th Gospel, "He came to his own, and his own did not receive him." This Gospel is perfectly understood if we see it from the perspective of what already happened: Christ's death. His persecution, the persecution of Christians, first Stephen, then James Zebedee, and then all the others. Jesus Christ teaches the truth, but not everyone wants to receive the truth. He is the light, but some want to live in darkness. Then, what do? He who wants to live in darkness tries at all costs to turn off the light, because he exposes the light, his mysteries, his sins, his traps, his corruptions. How does he try to turn off the light? Killing him who is the light, the death of Christ, death of the apostles, or saying, actually, what the Lord meant was something else, or in reality the Lord did not know very well what he was talking about. We, today, who have more knowledge than 2,000 years ago, we know well that what he or what St. Paul said was wrong. Because how can you affirm that? They are killing the messenger who is Jesus, the Word made flesh. They are killing him, saying that he does not know what it is about, that we should not pay attention to it, that in this, in that order, everything that goes against to the contrary to what the world says, he was wrong. They are denying his divinity. They are crucifying him again. That is why Jesus speaks of having come to bring war. I read again the text. "You think that I have come to bring peace to the earth. No, but rather division." Not because he wants division. He has come to bring peace, but the peace that comes as a fruit of the truth. That is what the enemies of the light do not want to accept. They are the ones that make war. They are the ones who seek to end the light of the world. The fault is not the light. The fault lies with those who want to continue living in darkness. We have been fighting this battle for 2,000 years, from the Lord to the present day. For example, What harm do the Mother Teresa nuns in Nicaragua to be expelled from Nicaragua? They dedicate themselves to taking care of the poorest of the poor, but it doesn't matter. They were expelled. Is that their fault? They're compelled of being abused spies for the United States. Completely absurd. But they are light, and the dictator who wants to live in shadows expels them. What harm do the farm workers in so many parts of Nigeria, especially in the north, when bands of Muslims arrive and raze their lands, killing or expelling the survivors? They want to live their quiet life, but they are Christians. So they, Muslims, Fulani, or radical extremists, whatever they want. Muslims kill them. Is it their fault, the ones killed? What harm do they do? When so many Catholics want to be faithful to what the Church has been faithful for 2,000 years, since our Lord Jesus Christ? Instead, they accuse of being rigid, intransigents, not open to change. They are marginalized and ridiculed. What harm does a person do who wants to receive communion in the mouth and it is not allowed? What harm does it do? What is he doing wrong? Yet sometimes they not only do not allow it, but they make a fool of it in front of the rest of the assembly. Christ wants peace, but he does not want the peace of surrender based on giving in what they want. He wants the peace that comes from truth and that comes from love. Why do we have to be with Christ? Even if that means being persecuted and accused of not giving in, accused of being the ones who form a war, when we want nothing more than peace? Why do we have to do it? Jesus also says it in today's gospel. It is very important. He says, I have come to set the earth on fire, and how much I wish it was already burning. What fire? The fire of his love. The fire of the Sacred Heart, the fire of burning love for him, of burning love for he who has loved us, as no one has loved us, and as no one will ever love us. The fire of love for Jesus, the fire of love for God, the fire of love for the Virgin. If that fire burns in you, even a little, or if you want to burn in you all with that strength, you are going to have problems. You're going to have them. On top of that, they will accuse you that they may be causing the problems. Why? Because you don't quiet, because you say, this can't be, this is wrong. We can't act this way because we hurt others. However, that fire for love of God will make you like the one of the Old Testament prophets who spoke against everyone but this way. They saved the people who were throwing stones at them. St. John Paul II said, the world will not be saved by this or that idea. It will be saved by the saints, who are those who know how to go against the current at every moment, to point the boat towards God and prevent the boat from going towards one side and sinks. May the fire of God's love fill our hearts, burn our hearts. May we seek peace. May we seek and may we always be docile to the truth. May it be so.